Hello there, my name's Ellie and I'm a Deputy Chairman of the Customer Voice and Review Committee, and I'm also on the Complaints Forum. I've been asked to look at 3 issues that the Complaints Forum have discussed and where we've had a good response from Yorkshire Housing. The first of those is the communication route. When you put a complaint into Yorkshire Housing, you ought to be asked how you'd like them to respond to you, whether that's telephone, email, text, letter, whatever. That doesn't seem to have been the case historically. Even if you said I'd like you to email me, they phone you, whatever. And there's nothing more annoying if you can't take phone calls during the day to have them ring you and expect you to talk about the complaint, possibly in front of other people, which you don't want to do. The Complaint Forum raised this, and what Yorkshire Housing have done now, every time a complaint goes in on the form, there's going to be a box that actually says, how would you like to be communicated? And it's our job as the forum, we're going to review this to make sure that what people have asked for is actually what they're getting. The second item is the notes that are taken from complaints. The Complaint Forum each quarter have to review a couple of complaints, and what we found, the notes that are sent to us have been very ambiguous. They didn't have any form of timeline. There was lots of information missing about who did what when, was anything successful, what were the follow-up actions. What we asked the complaints team to do was to make these a lot easier for us so that we could follow what went on, who communicated with who and about what and when they did it. So the first things that we've seen coming out of this are that the notes are much better at the moment. There's still room for improvement, but definitely we've got a timeline, we can see what was done, and then it's our job to look at what maybe could have been done better. And finally, when people put a complaint in, sometimes it's got 2 or 3 different sections, and we were asking whether this should be dealt with as 3 complaints or just 1. Apparently the Ombudsman has the ruling that it's 1 complaint, but it falls into sections, so that every section, whether one of them is repairs or ASB, whatever, it has to be dealt with as a separate entity, although it all falls under the 1 complaint. So that's what we're looking for now. The forum will check on the things that we receive to make sure that every element of a complaint has actually been dealt with.
You just want to talk briefly about some of the proposed changes to the website page as well, just to make some things a little bit easier?
Yes, what we've looked at on the website is that there seems to be one box that says, would you like to make a complaint, make a comment, make a compliment to someone? We think that ought to be a lot better, a lot clearer, so that if you're going to make a complaint, you really need then to be passed to a separate form for your complaint. If it's a compliment, yes, another separate form. You can't lump everything together, and I think this is what the website's actually done. So we're looking at changing the website to make it easy for customers, so that the customers know where to go with the information that they want to get across to Yorkshire Housing.